Did that work? Stream did not want to start. Oh. Hello. Hi, everyone. Oh. Oh. I am so tired. I like just got out of the shower, so I was like rushing to come and get everything situated. Hi. Hello. We did unlock all of Bunny Finn again. So we got both versions of the model up here to take a look at. Very excited about that. Yeah. Yeah, fuck. I need to post on the Discord. That would be a good idea. We're Vtuber Finn / Bunny Finn and taking questions and content suggestions, and then I post that, and then I do that. Oh yeah, doing great. How are y'all doing? I am very excited to talk about this. Dinner sounds good. Yeah, I don't know. This probably won't be the longest stream. Like the last time we streamed, we went like over 3 hours. I do not foresee that occurring this time. I foresee sleepy time tea and a lot of sleep for me tonight. So that's what I'm looking forward to, but I'm also looking forward to chatting with you all about what we've got cooking here. Oh man, I cannot say enough positive things about the VTuber model. I'm excited to take him for a spin, but we're gonna plan that and really make it a big deal kind of debut. But I don't mind showing you guys. Yeah, Caddy went wild. I adore him. He very excited. I'm very excited. So yeah, what are we gonna do today? I will be taking questions. You can find the question sheet and the like content suggestion sheet, both of them in the description. It would also be worth noting the Pocky enamel pin collection. Finn and Charlie have been added. If you haven't placed your orders for those, I've been shipping them over the past however long it's been. Yeah. So you can get your hands on those. They're great. They're lovely. You can get them at YuuriVoice.com. Yeah. So, Plus Ultra Otaku, thank you for being a dreamer for 6 months with the comment, I wonder if Finn's Bunny Nose would twitch. No, it doesn't. There you go. I'm sure we could discuss it and see about doing it, but I did not request his nose to twitch. And Kushina Uzumaki with the $10 super chat says, I'll be back later. I'm gonna get myself a Big Mac. See you in a bit. Thank you for the $10. Enjoy your Big Mac. His booba is insane. I do not have the booba available to pull up, but if you go on Twitter and look at the reveal post, you will see. Yeah. Oh, the freckles too. It's all very. There's a lovely booba jiggle button. That's very fun. So I can get those things moving. Oh man. It's Molly. If you talk about sharks eating people one more time, you're gonna wish that one would eat me. Yeah. So let's see. So we got to work with Caddy. You can find her Twitter down in the description below. She's great. Long-time friend, has been a friend of mine from early days. Extremely professional. Very excited to get to work with her. Caddy was, so in the pre-Jackie era, Caddy was the artist who drew the old Guzma art for content back in the day. So that is how long I've been acquainted with Caddy, and man, popped off. So I'm excited. So one of the things we're going to talk about is sort of planning what kind of things we might do with the debut. We'll get to that soon. I'm gonna keep yapping for a little bit before we start getting into the. I hear cats being bad. Okay, I don't hear cats being bad anymore. So what I can do is, we got a few early questions sent in. I will knock those out real quick before we get to more structured discussions. Bastioff said, one of your boys, Jack, is who helps Finn shop. So that was more like just a reference that occurred in a script I didn't even write, and I was like, oh, that's cute, sure. So it's not canon that Jack helps him in his shop or anything like that. And then another question was, one more silly question, how large is Bunny Finn? Same as human or small as a rabbit? Same size. What else do we got? Pickled Possum 69 says, hello, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much did the boys get bullied in school, from most bullied to least? Well, I'm not gonna rank them all. Charlie Charlie probably would have been the highest of the bunch, but I mean, Alphonse and Seth would have went through their stuff, but like not particularly. Yeah. Jasper asks, how are things going? I'm loving the Finn model. Whoever the artist did such an amazing job on both. Thank you. Things are going good. I've been writing a lot lately, which I'll talk about here in a minute because I see people asking specific questions. Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like thoroughly world build the bullying that my characters went through when they were children. I apologize. Glitch asked, what's the plan with future series like Bittersweet, Finn, and Big Red? Bittersweet has a chapter 4 that should happen here in time, and Finn has a lot going on, so that'll be a lot. Please send your questions to the question form. That would be great. It's in the description. And Big Red, I don't really have a whole ton of ideas for Big Red right now. He'll have a sleep aid coming out soon. Let's see. Cootie. Hello. Why are you screaming? Glowing Runehelm says, hi Yuri, I hope you and the team are feeling well. Any updates you can share about Echoes or Shattered? Yeah, I got some things. So I've been writing a lot of Shattered. I've got two episodes of Shattered pretty locked in. I'll have to go through and do a few adjustments, but and they're pretty thick. So I feel cootie. I can't. The camera has to see my face. You can't put your ass in my face. So I'm excited about that. And also feeling pretty good about what's going on with Echoes. I have a massive episode written for that. So this week is a whole lot of writing. Just kind of following my heart wherever I feel my creative juices want to take me. That's been fun. Just kind of digging into it. The other day, I tweeted about it, how like I had written episode 2 of Shattered and I was laying in bed and I was like, I really don't like that. I don't think it was not a full-throated effort. I will put it that way. I felt like it was very lackluster. So I outlined it while I was in bed. I was like, okay, so let's reimagine it and turn it up to 11. Because like I was kind of like, I'm gonna use a great word here that I'm sure everyone's gonna be very normal about. I was pussyfooting around. I wasn't sinking my teeth into the material. So I was like, let's fucking do it. And upon rewrite, I'm extremely happy with how it turned out. So, yeah. My approach that I'm taking now kind of doing some reflection. I answered a question on Tumblr, and I think after Bittersweet Chapter 3, I had a few sore spots and like some mental hurdles I needed to get through, because like I'll never be able to really get into how much was going on at that time. But people who are familiar with what was up at that particular time know that Chapter 3, especially the final chunks of it, were created under a lot of stress. So it was a lot. So there's a whole lot of like negative vibes surrounding Chapter 3 for me, even though I love how it turned out, and I was really proud of it. At the same time, it was just kind of exhausting. So in some of my new writing for my narrative stuff, I could tell like I was being safe because I was like overthinking. So I like told myself to grab a sledgehammer and start that's a little bit on the nose, but yeah. So I'm very happy with the approach I'm taking, where like I'll write something and I'll sit with it for a day or half a day and decide like, hey, is this right, or do I need to just steamroll this and like lock in? So yeah, I'm happy about that. Let's see what else we got. Update on the Oron birthday audio. Yeah, fucking Jackie will be sending me sketches for the episode tomorrow, so I need to go record it is what I need to do, because I have been dragging my feet. It's been written forever, I just hadn't recorded it yet. So I need that, and yeah, so I feel like it's gonna be this month sometime, so that'll happen. And it serves as a good lead-in to Shattered. It's a little bit of a sample platter. Let's see what else we got. In one of the episodes, Finn talks about a high-paying customer that had an order around Christmas. Were you kind of hinting that was Oron? Maybe. maybe not. Plus Ultra Otaku says, after seeing the Finn variations, including the bunny Finn, will we get storyteller / mage Finn as a VTuber? Okay, so I'm gonna clue you in on something. So take the bunny ears away and have Finn's face be normal Finn's face and put him in that outfit, and you have that exact character. That's what's happening. I know he's had various fits, you know, the big intricate robe. He's had the cape shoulder pad thing he's had going on, and I sort of decided that I didn't like any of those. I don't love them. Like, I'm not in love with them. And going into Echoes, I have been thinking, and like I keep looking at Bunny Finn's fit, and I'm like, why can't that just be Finn? So that is what's happening. Naomi Mangoes, I am not an artist. I work with Jackie Eleanor, who's in the chat, saying ouch. No, I love it. I just don't love it. I loved it once, and then upon looking at it again, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like we were doing too much in the end. Felt like, and these are just all my ideas. So like, I just don't love what I came up with. It wasn't the execution. It was the foundational pieces that I presented. Yeah, anywho, I lost track of whatever the fuck I was saying. Where was I? Zoe asks, did you pick character birthdays based on zodiacs? We had an entire stream, and if you click at the start of every character playlist, you'll see a bio that has their birth dates in it. And we had a whole thing. Can we not role play in the chat, please? Will Oron ever share some of his writing with Rook? So technically, if you really wanted that to be a thing, you could assume that the Vampire AU was a story that he shared with Rook. I think that's a very cute little way to interpret that. But as for like, will there be like a canonical, guys, it's fine. We don't need you to double down. In terms of if in the narrative thing, there will be a moment where he shares a story with them, that could still happen. But if you just wanted to assume that the Vampire AU was something he wrote to share with them, that would be cute. When you boop Finn's nose, would it go honka honka or squeaka squeaka? Would it differ between human and bunny form? I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really considered. So choose your own adventure in that regard. Let's see, what else do we got? Hopeful Goddess asks words. I've been catching up on past live streams and saw some mention of the art process with the boys. Would we ever get to see their beta designs, the things that didn't work out for them design-wise? I think that would be hella cool. Well, funny that you mentioned that, but there could be, at some point, a zine of sorts, or a book, I suppose, of the art of YuuriVoice, which would feature when me and Jackie started working together, and all the way through to now, with commentary and sketches and all that shit. So yeah, Cootie, can we not do that? That would be great. yeah, that is a side project that we would like to be doing sometime. Come on. Oh. Let's see. That being said, I don't think there's a whole lot of like beta designs. There's like more like A, B, and C in terms of like some hair and face structure, but like you're not gonna get like, okay, this is like 5 versions of this character, which I don't even think I would love to share, because you're gonna run into people who are like, oh my god, why didn't you go with that one? It's like, because I didn't. But whatever we have, it would be in there. So let's see. Somebody asked, what sexuality is Finn? All of my characters are pansexual. Not only for convenience sake, but because I am pansexual, and that just makes life easy. Let's see. Casper says, you should tell us about your Aerith obsession. Nah. Nah, we won't go there tonight. Will there be an update on the Halloween series? Series is. Okay, so I'm assuming you mean the AUs with the various boys. That would probably happen. Yes. Like, I already have ideas for that. It just hasn't occurred. And then yeah. And there will probably be more. What I'd like to do is add more like spooky AUs with different characters every time October comes around. So additions and revisiting things. How are the kitties? You said they were making noise earlier. Are they beeping? No, somebody sounded like they were getting into a bag, which is strange because there is no bag for them to get into. So I don't know. Hey, Dusty. What was your reason for making VTuber Finn? Well, I can certainly tell you some of my thoughts. So I've mentioned this before, how like every time an ASMR boy makes a VTuber, people feel like they want to go become a VTuber. That's not what this is. I am excited at the prospect of enhancing the content by incorporating a moving, breathing character. So things like shorts, where it's the model in a scene saying the nice things, you know. And then of course we will do like streams and stuff, and we'll, you know, there'll be clips and all kinds of things. But it's much less like he's gonna be a whole thing and everything's gonna be in character, or like I'm gonna stream more than make content. That's not the plan. I just like the idea of using VTuber models to enhance what I already do. So things like you know, doing a live kind of ASMR roleplay stream where chat is listener, and it's all like scenario based and in character all the way through, and it's just a pretty boy saying pretty things. I think that would be a good time. So that was the big thing, and I would like to to have all the boys like that. Now, obviously, that is a huge undertaking and would take a lot of time, but I would be thrilled with that. So it'll be a process. There's a few things I still want to get done for Finn before we move on to anything else. You know, things like poses, expression changes, stuff like that. But that does, you know, that'll get done in time. You don't get to see the model today. Whenever you get to see the model, it'll be when there's a debut stream coming. Oh. What else we got? Jammy asks, is Echoes of Everlast making a comeback at some point? Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's more like a soft reboot than a comeback at this point. It is more like a soft reboot, and the first episode of that is going to be a lot of world building stuff. I need to figure out how I'm going to present that to folks and get them interested. But I think I have a plan in a perfect world. So here's a couple of things, and a lot of people might not know this information. So at the end of chapter 3 of Bittersweet, I said, next time we do a series, I want it all to be done. So no like episode to episode. I want like shit to be ready to roll. That's the big thing. So in a perfect world, I would have Echoes, at least whatever I feel needs to be done at that point. Because Echoes may turn into more of a, rather than like it's a series, it's more like massive installments that happen. I don't, if that makes sense. It's a little, because it's going to be so dense, you know. But in a perfect world, being able to pair it with like, so let's say we've got Shattered done, a mystery thing done, and X amount of Echoes done. What I'd want to do is have like a big kickoff stream. You know how like Disney and all these other companies will do their like, hey, we're going to showcase all the things we have coming out. I'd make a huge deal out of like, we're going to have a like live stream that has trailers for these things. Behind this, like, we're going to show like concept art and sketches for things. We're going to have like behind the scenes stuff to hype it all up and show you like, hey, this is what we've been working on. This is what's coming. That way, the people who are like excited about Shattered get to be excited about Echoes, get to be excited about other stuff, and they all have release dates, and we can do all that. It sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot, but I think I would, in a perfect world, that is how the rollout happens. Because a lot of, like, obviously, like, the hardcore homies who show up to a YuuriVoice Direct. Yes, it would be a YuuriVoice Direct is what it would be. That is actually exactly what it should be called. And it would be hilarious if we promoted it like doing a YuuriVoiceified version of the like Nintendo style thing. I think that would be fun. I think it would be really fucking cool. So I would like to do that. So saying all that to say, I need to really grasp what the situation with echoes is going to be, because there's going to be a ton of so for people who are like a little confused or just desperate for like lore and world building, and they really want to know what the fuck's going on with Finn, and they want to understand how things connect, that is what you need to see. Like, it is literally going to have a massive exposition dump that will at least be funny, and will give you the deets. But yeah, I've got yeah, it's gonna be a lot, but I feel the thing that's gonna really help is having all of that done before anything gets posted. Like, it will be done, ready, a schedule will be blocked out, it will be, yeah, because like what we ran into with chapter 3 was like, just we like fucking crunched ourselves when we shouldn't have had to. Like, my planning needed to be way better, and you know, like, obviously there's, hey, we need this done by X time, but like more of a like, hey, I've got everything you need from me right here, versus, okay, we're working on this, and then eventually I'll do the next thing, and then eventually I'll do the next thing, because it was a mess. So on top of that, I've also looked at like how I organize like my scripts and stuff to make life easier on Thu, make life easier on Jackie, because like there's just I'm a mess, and I'm trying to not be a mess. So I'm trying to lock in all the right ways. What else do we got? Drea asked, are there gonna be more days for streams besides Wednesdays, or are there gonna be other days too, like a stream schedule? I think Wednesdays are great. I think Wednesdays have pretty consistently been a good time. I think if things are going really well and there's kind of if there's a reason to stream more, then maybe like, I don't know, Sunday evenings maybe are not horrible. But like, I would say, I'm just throwing darts at a board. I don't know. I would look at my analytics and figure out when most of my people are around to watch. And then obviously like consult with the mods and everybody to figure out if it would work out. What else do we got? Bin ranking flower stream when? Great question, Eden. I will tell you the one thing that I am anxious about is like, people love his fin facts, flower facts. And buddy, that information is researched as I go, or wasn't even written by me in the first place. So it's gonna be very fun when people are like, what are your thoughts on the fucking booty cheek kumquat? I don't know, so I'll just have to figure it out. So what I think I might do is have a resource on hand that I can draw from to give you some accurate information and not break the immersion, because nothing really says Finn like him not knowing what the fuck. Oh, you want to know about the booty cheek kumquat? Oh, it's an elusive member of the Jism family. It is the big... Oh, Alice, it is the one that Thu got me that one time. I think it was from Thu, right? Thu got me the big book of flowers. Whoo-wee! Y'all, I'm so tired. I'm tired today, man. Let's see. I'm dying inside asked about when the next Charlie audio might be. Probably 420, actually. Let me look at the calendar. The 20th is on a Saturday, so maybe it would be the 18th. Probably. Yeah, there will be a Stoner Finn thing for sure. People love that too, like, damn. Oh, man. Jackie asked if I ever got my 100K button. Yeah, it's hanging up above my, my little laptop desk in the living room. Let's see. What else we got? Neko-chan asks, how does Finn let off steam whenever the urge arises? Well, so when the kettle starts to whistle, you take it off the... you know, the burner, and then you're kind of letting off the steam. Dominatrix, which is a fucking awesome name. Is there anything you can share with us about any new characters you're cooking up? Love your channel. You're phenomenal. You deserve so much more recognition and subscribers. Thank you. That's very nice. So I can tell you that Blacksmith Boy, for people who have been around for years, there's been a blacksmith character in my head for a long time. People are like, hey, when are you ever going to do a big, thick boy? And I'm like, I have one. You just haven't seen him yet. He doesn't exist yet, but I know who he is. He is going to be in Echoes of Everlast. He's coming. He will be there. We will be seated. Jack will get... Jack will get his little series. Priest OC will arrive in something. Probably won't be voiced by me. There's another character who will be a character soon, and I can't say a whole lot about that. There's another character who's going to be a character soon, and I can't say anything about that. What else? I was talking to Jackie about a horse, so the horse may be a character. How many OCs do I have so far? I don't know. I don't even count. There's a lot. Yeah. Are you planning on going to any cons besides Colossal Con this year? Funny you mentioned that. I was just having a long conversation with Thu about San Japan that we then need to go have with the rest of our homies. But that is actually more likely than Colossal Con. Eden, there is something happening that you're gonna eat up. You just need to know. You just need to know. Matcha Doodles says, "Hi YuuriVoice, I'm a new fan, just joined a couple weeks ago. I don't know if anyone asked this question yet, but I'm gonna ask anyways. Who designed the VTubers? They're so pretty and cute. That's all. Thank you so much." Thank you. So, anytime you want to know who worked on a thing, you can always check the description. Which I even fixed up even better today for this stream. Because I had to add Caddy, who worked on the fins. And I was talking to Caddy. Sometime going into the debut, it would be a lot of fun to get with her to like talk about what went into making the model and have her kind of show off some of the goodies. It would be a good time. And also like Caddy is fucking awesome. Like she is hilarious. So y'all would be very entertained. And like the banter, Caddy's banter is top tier. Oh man. What else do we got? Casper asked, "So when you named Casper, was there a specific reason you named them that? I know it's a skateboard trick, but was it anything besides that?" No, not really. It was a skateboard trick that had a cute nickname name, and there was the whole like ghosting thing. So I thought that was kind of a funny like, that's coincidence. Yeah. Other than that, like no, and like oh my god, I answered this in a Tumblr Ask too. Somebody had given me like a bunch of pretty in-depth questions to answer. And one of them was like, "Do you like the concept of listener characters?" And I was like, so the short answer is I'm kind of fucking sick of it. Like I'm kind of over it. And it's not because the concept of a listener character is necessary. It's something that I've like driven home from the time Bittersweet happened. Like if you went digging, you would find me saying like, yeah, I like to give my listeners a little bit of something to stand on. But for the longest time, we fell into naming listener characters on accident. Boo is a pet name. Sugar is a pet name. Angel was a pet name, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So I hate like, oh man, I don't even know this character yet. I've got to name them. And it's tough to name characters who you're trying to keep pretty vague too. So it's like, it's a part of the game that is necessary now, but I'm tired. I'm tired. What else do we got? Is there a part 2 to Bramblewood Estate? No, and I don't think there will be. This kind of ties in. Yeah, the music had stopped, apparently. I didn't even realize it till it just kicked back on. Sorry if that freaked anybody out, because it freaked me out too. So the funny thing about the Bramblewood Estate was, like, it was right after Chapter 3 of Bittersweet had wrapped up. And, like, I was in a horrible spot mentally. And, like, I just had to brute force that out of me. And, I don't know. I just don't have good vibes. I don't have good vibes thinking about it. It's a cute premise. It's a really cute, funny premise. It kicked on with a little glitchy noise. Bittersweet reference. Exactly, Jackie. I just want you guys to know, anytime there's like a glitchy effect on anything, and it's funny because I see them all the time now, whereas I didn't see them as much before, but now it's like everywhere I look, there's some sort of like glitch transition effect for something, and I'm always like, Bittersweet reference. But yeah, here's what I would say. If I could find someone who wanted to take the reins with the Bramblewood Estate project, I would let that happen. It's not like I wouldn't go record it, but like, I'm just not inspired to go sit down and write more of it. So that could happen. I don't know. I would love to do a Charlie VTuber, by the way. I would love to have all the boys in Caddy's style. So it's very on brand, because like we have Alphonse, and there is a Faust model that is rigged now, so he's a living, breathing thing. But in terms of like making content with them, I really was excited about, like, because Caddy's general style fits very well with like Jackie's style, which is the brand, you know. I love things being on brand. The synergy matters. So yeah, I mean, I think Charlie would be hilarious. And Seth, like, yeah, so I would love to have all the boys. Let's see, where was I? I remember you playing VTuber Al having VTuber Al play Cult of the Lamb a while back. Have you considered revisiting at some point with all the updates and stuff? Yeah, I would. I've just been so busy with stuff. I haven't gone back to do it. But yeah, it would make a lot of sense. So next time Alphonse plays a game, it will probably be Cult of the Lamb again. Jasper asked, would there be another peek at Magical Yandere Stalker Finn 1 spooky season? If not, that's quite all right. What can I say? I can't say anything. Sure, you'll get more of him. That's all I can really say. Well, Al's not gonna get to play Stardew, because Stardew is gonna be the first game that Finn plays, because it's too perfect to not do it. So it's very likely that it'll be Finn playing Stardew. Purple asked, will you be posting more fics in the future, please? So, for those of you who don't know, Purple helped me get an AO3 account because I was driving to the gym and was thinking about Aerith Gainsborough of Final Fantasy VII fame. And then I was driving home and I had an idea that I loved so much that I cried about it and was like, oh my god, I want to write this. So I came home from the gym and I wrote a 2,800 word fic. And I liked how it turned out and I posted it. So it was a great exercise because I would like to write little drabbles about the boys. I would like to write about my content. The thing is like I was so rusty. So for homework, I need to go read. I bought what fucking book was that? What's the fucking book? Song of Achilles. I bought that, right? That's what that is? Isn't it? Hold on. I'm Googling. I don't remember what book it was. Yes. Yes, it is. I'm gonna go read that. I'm gonna go read that and remember what the fuck prose looks like. Cause like I could tell my vocabulary is really stunted. I used to be so bad that I had to like reel myself in because I was like, it was way too much like purple prose. Like I was fucking stroking myself in the writing. My AO3 handle is YuuriVoice. I shouldn't be hard to find. So yeah, I need to do some homework. That might actually be nice for me to do tonight. Have a little sleepy time tea and do that. So what are we doing? Have you and Jackie thought about doing a Chibi Charlie and Trash Panda art video short? Sort of like the Alphonse Plush story recap video. That would actually be really cute. If we did like Charlie's Big Day Out. Like we did a really stylized, kind of fun, comedic story. That would be fun, actually. Because we do have to name him. That would be cute, huh? Yeah. What else do we got? Oron and Lucian audio when? Oron has his big birthday / Christmas / intro to Shattered coming, which should be this month sometime. And Lucian will have a sleep aid coming up next. Yeah. Let's see. When is the next Faust audio? There's a few things that need to happen, and then we will resume with that storyline. That would be good. In one of the Yandere Finn audios, there's a mention of him having a car. I was wondering what kind of car he would own. I was thinking of like an old fucking grandma car, like an older, big body car. Oh, excuse me. Alphonse actually has an audio coming out tomorrow. I need to upload and schedule it. So it is a dark mode Alphonse one shot of hooking up with him at a house party, which is similar to the one where Charlie and listener hooked up at a house party, but it's different. Some about house parties has been a topic, I guess. Dusty with the $5 super chat says, yes, hello, greetings, hi. The Vtuber designs are immaculate and the potential San Japan plans are noted. Also, Willow says, hi. Hello, kitty. That would be great, Dusty. I'm sure everybody would be fucking super stoked if you were able to get down here for that. Myself very much included. Yeah, that Alphonse audio was supposed to happen on Monday, but I started writing and I was like, oh man, I really needed to record the smut for this, but I was so locked in on fucking writing. It was like, I'm gonna ride this out. So I just let it go. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna stress over it. It's fine. Lights asked, what should I have for dinner? PS, love your videos. You should have food for dinner. I have no other ideas. I'm bad at feeding myself. I'm gonna have, this is not dinner, I'm gonna have Southwestern egg rolls, because that's gonna be the easiest thing for me to cook when I'm done streaming. Mr. Pepto-Bismol asks, if Faust and Alphonse Alphonse got into an argument, what would it be about? That's a good question. They'd probably bicker a lot. They would argue over anything and everything. Galaxy Mushroom asked, is Finn interested in mushrooms as well? I assume he loves all plant life, but just had to ask. Yeah, so there has been a red cap mushroom motif going on with Finn as it relates to his magic. So yeah, I would say he does have an interest in mushrooms. Which I don't know if that will necessarily get explained in Echoes right away, but it's part of his thing. It's part of his thing. I answered when there's gonna be a new video. Will we get more Yandere Charlie during this Halloween? Yeah. If not sooner. If not sooner. I don't know. All right. Last call for more questions. I'm gonna take a look at the brainstorm submissions for content ideas. We've got an idea for Finn and listener having a sleepover that includes him getting his nails painted, trying on face masks, and talking shit. That would be silly. A tea spilling session, if you would. That would be fun. Kind of like just like sleepover vibes. That would be cute. Ollie says, I would really like to see more reverse comfort from Finn, honestly. Hot cottagecore boyfriends can cry too. Don't worry. I don't know if he's going to get any comfort out of it. But don't you worry about that. I wrote a little something about him today. Yeah, Radio Rebel, that was asked about. And I said, basically, take the bunny ears off and put that outfit on regular old Finn, and you've got him. I think that is essentially him. Now, he might get a, like, magic staff. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I had not thought of that until just now. His staff is really cool. Source Finn and Storyteller Finn are the same person. They always have been. Storyteller is not a word that gets used anymore. That whole thing is not a thing anymore. Diesel Dreamer with the $5 Canadian. Love you, Yuri. Thank you so much for Charlie's Comfort audio. It's been helping me a lot this week. Thank you for your first super chat too. That's awesome. I love that they let you know that it was the first time. That's actually a really nice touch. What do we got? Be sure to send questions to the question form, which is in the description. But because I spotted this, what do you think Finn's character added to your channel as a whole? 1 million fucking views on his compilation, for a start. It's funny because Finn didn't pop off for a long time. Like, don't get me wrong, Pumpkin Patch Pegging, a lot of the classics did well, but like, it was hard to get, holy shit, there's a lot going on. Bastioff, which is Bastion, but off instead of on. I get it now. With the €2, the €2 super chat, thank you. And then Lilithane or Lilith Ane. Welcome to Dreamer. Is that our first fresh welcome to Dreamer of the day? Thank you for joining. The staff was rad. That is, I would say, if there's anything that for sure, so here, I will tell you guys this. So his big, fancy, elaborate robe still exists. It is more like formal wear, though. So let's say Finn goes to the capital or needs to meet with important people or something. He would be wearing that because that's his big, I'm a big important wizard man outfit. The thing is, if you're drawing more like day-to-day events with him, imagine Jackie's dismay if I'm like, Jackie, you need to draw that big fuck you robe every time he's on screen. Jackie would riot. I would not wish her to have to draw that big fuck you robe. That's so funny. I just now see Jackie saying, you know what, I'm actually glad I won't have to draw that goddamn wizard fuckery. Yeah, exactly. And then, like, you know, he probably does still have his cool little cape thing too. I just think it's not necessary. Like, I just really love Bunny Finn's fit, and I'm like, why is that not? That could just be his fit. There's no reason it shouldn't be. Yeah, so that was what that's the conclusion I came to. All right, more of these. Ghost Demon says YuuriVoice characters saying incorrect quote prompts. That would be a great idea for a series of shorts. I just don't have... If... You know what? If the people of social media gathered all of their favorite incorrect quotes and we put them in a big pile, that would be a really good idea for shorts. Let's see. Yeah, a watch along stream with Finn watching Finn videos. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure gotta happen. Magic Finn accidentally drops a potion that causes the listener to gain some animal features. That could be fun. It'll be interesting after... So there's a few things going on with Echoes of Everlast that I know how the listener relationship's gonna work, and it's not gonna be like most. It's a little more closer to Casper and Charlie, but much less. It's complicated. It is going to probably be the most complicated listener relationship. Yeah. Oron getting a corset fitted turns spicy. Oron in a corset. My goodness. There's a lot going on there. Massage audio for Finn. Like, he's got this new herbal oil that's supposed to be good at relaxing muscles, but he needs someone to help him test it. That would be good. Just more comfort and sick audios. Those are always bangers. Werewolf Seth and his listener letting loose with some primal play on a full moon. Yeah, so I know what the next episode of the werewolf thing needs to be, but like after that, it's just like fun times. Sleep aid where Sugar Boo is sleeping with Alan Seth in the pillow fort. Well, I've got news for you. Had the Dark Mode Alphonse video come out Monday, I would have worked on the Bittersweet Trio sleep aid for Thursday, but because we are doing that because of the delay, maybe Monday for that. They're not in the pillow fort. They're just in bed. But yeah. Thank you, Crow. I love my, so this is my like Tuber, who is based off of like me. I love it. It's very cozy and fun. It's I like it because it's distinct from my characters here on the channel. So it's just different enough that like I'm me, like I'm a separate entity. That always has kind of helped. Okay, what else do we got? Thank you. Yeah, I found this artist, their link down in the description. And they had this very distinct style with the I don't remember what the effect's called. The like sketchy animation. Yeah. So yeah, I love the frizzy hairs on the model, but man, in real life. Let's see. Something about comforting a listener struggling with college, being self-indulgent here. I will write this. Funny, because it's sort of, that would be very much in Jack's lane. Because like Jack's story is about meeting somebody on campus, etc. and so forth. Oron and Rook go collar shopping. I'll be thinking about voiceover channel. Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to put it. So like narrative driven ASMR roleplay stuff, and then not narrative driven ASMR roleplay stuff. Yeah. Some of the bigger things have turned into like webs, like a full-fledged web series with art and everything. It's very fun. But yeah, I'm a voice boy. Convince Charlie to let us. Has that not happened yet? If it Maybe that'll be the topic of, people want some like top Charlie though. So I don't know. We'll see. Finn tangled in Christmas lights. That would be cute in several months from now. Hello, Haru. My kitty has come to say hello. You're so thick. Please stop stepping on the keyboard. Thank you. Bartender Oron. That's a cute idea. I feel like there's so much going on right now that like introducing any new AUs is a bad idea for now, but okay, I'm gonna pop back over to the questions. You know, I thought we were really gonna get into like planning the debut, but I think my brain's a little too mush for that. We'll get into it at some point. If not today, then soon. I feel like there was something I was gonna say. I don't remember. Let's see where we're at. Purple/Eden/Ray/probably say, hey, when are y'all going to an AussieCon? A fucking Australia trip would be very fun, especially with some homies on board. Thoughts on more Cowboy Seth? It would be fun. I just don't. It'll happen at some point. Fantasia asks, not sure if this was asked already, but with your fanfic writing practice, will this also encourage a possible storytelling narration audio? So we did it with the Finn thing I wrote for the zine back in the day, which was very fun. I don't think people were that into it, unfortunately. Yeah. To be fair, that could also be because it confused people. They might enjoy something else more, I'm not sure. I will also say, like, anything that's like doing an audiobook is actually a horrible time. I am not a fan. I'm not a fan of like narrating. It's a me, Sock, is how I'm gonna say that name. As when is Storyteller Finn coming back? Yeah, so clear distinction to make. There's several terms that have been used for what is essentially the same character. Storyteller Finn was created for a channel trailer, like, hey, here's what's coming down the pipe hype video. And I had only just sort of played with the idea of like, maybe Finn serves a purpose of like being involved in these stories across all of them or something. Toss that idea into the garbage. That's not a thing anymore. So storyteller is not a phrase that gets used in official documentation. And Source Finn isn't even technically what he should be called. It was just the easiest reference to make because we were playing Final Fantasy XIV at the time, and that's a whole thing that's plot related to that. But it was very easy to just say, oh, he's Source Finn, which sort of is the case. So the community will find something appropriate to call him when Echoes of Everlast comes out. It will probably be Everlast Finn, or what I think should happen is Finn is just called Finn, and all the other Finns get designations, because technically Finn is that Finn. That is Finn. I know it's a lot. It's a whole thing. It will all be a lot simpler soon. It'll be a lot easier soon. And Echoes should be a thing soon. I don't have a date. I have a massive episode. And what I might do is like, it'll be a lot. So I'll have to determine how that's all gonna go. The easiest way to put it, the Finn from which all Finn variants flow is a Finn that has very minimal content right now. So y'all don't even know yet. I think you'll be excited about what you find. have you considered Yandere, Alphonse? I've considered Yandere everyone, but yeah, gonna call him Big Sexy Finn. Yeah, he's a guy. He's a real fella. Excuse me. If people, here's what's funny. If people like his info dumps and find them charming, you will like that first episode of Echoes because he explains a lot. Oh, Scarlet Torchic asked, if we were to make assets for any of your VTubers, where can we send those? I would just email it to the business email. So, YuuriVoice at Gmail. Hi Yuri, what do you think of a Big Red audio where Angel teaches him about human video games, including where we play Mario Kart and Smash, or Smash? And thank you for getting a Charlie plushie. I think we could reference it. It's hard to like, hey, make an audio where you're playing a game. Or like where he's learning a game, because a lot of that talking has to be from a character that doesn't speak. So it's gonna be, oh, I pressed the button? Huh. I'm Big Red. Taro asks, where does Sourcefin get his magic? Is it through a book, a staff, or something else? That's a great question. I don't have the mental capacity to build a magic system in a world. So a lot of it is, don't quote me on this, but my approach is going to be like, hey, some people, for some reason, have inherent access to magic. These people study and learn to hone their magic through various colleges and schools of practice. And they find the best way they are compatible with whatever source or whatever source being like the item they use to cast with, that sort of thing. But like, I have not built out a whole like, here's how magic works. It's just like, magic exists and there's still so what I've done to kind of work with that is that magic is more of a it's something that is still actively being researched and studied. So it's not necessarily like new to the world, but it had not been thoroughly studied in the way that it is currently being, which plays into what Finn is doing. So it kind of plays into Finn's stuff. Is Finn still canon in Bittersweet? Yes. All of that occurred. Now, no one knows or remembers him. But yeah, we'll be talking about a lot of that. I threw my water bottle. So, a lot of like hand wavy, I would not expect a very deep, thorough exploration of like how magic works. There will be specific magical things that are kind of dug into, but the broader like how it works in the world, I'm probably not gonna touch, just because like I don't know. And that's just where I'm at now. Now, if I'm going and I end up finding like if I have epiphanies and I start to build it as I go, then you know, then everything I say today will be moot. But that is kind of my approach. Hex asks the $1 million question. Are there yandere toggles for the new model? So he can have his hair down, and currently I don't have a cracked version of his glasses, but it is one of the first things that I'm going to get made. But we run into a little bit of an issue where sometime soon there's going to be a much more clear distinction between yandere Finn and Finn. They will not be the same boy. Now they will be, but they won't be. Now that's not to say that it's not Mochi. That's not to say that like it retracts any of past content, but for the purposes that are my own for the time being, I want to make that distinction. But yes, so that's not to say that I won't play with that a little bit, but here's what's more likely. Whatever adjustments would need to be made, I would have to get them made for the model. Because like it's the same model and like all the rigging and stuff would work, but like there are aspects that would need to be altered. So, saying all that to say, on launch, it will not be ready, but it will be patched in. Let's see what else we got. This is a great question from Dino Pig. Okay, two great questions from Dino Pig. What do you hope people walk away with from your vids? I want people to feel like I want people to feel something. Whether it's comfort, whether it's excitement, whether it's entertainment or curiosity into a story. I want people to be invested. I think that's the big thing. You know, I want people to not feel like they wasted time. And that's the big thing. Like, I want to create satisfying experiences. And then the other one is, what is your ASMR ick, RP or other types of ASMR? I mean, all of it. So this is like my personal thing. I don't like noises in my ear. I don't like experiences that assume I am a active participant and I cannot control. I'm very like, I don't like it at all. So I will say this, I will immediately judge a channel that uses stolen or AI artwork. I will judge that harshly. So that's my ick. Otherwise, people can do whatever they want to do. I just, you know. What else do we got? Jamie asked if there's going to be any more comfort audio specifically for panic attacks. So that's another, so like the way that I'm doing a whole bunch of sleep aids, I want to go and make sure that like every boy gets a kind of like a general anxiety stress comfort audio, which I know a lot of people want a lot of different types of comfort audios, and I just don't think it's viable for me to cover every base like that, which I wish I could. Like, I wish it would make sense from like the YouTube perspective, because like there's a lot that goes into figuring like what gets made, what is good for the channel, etc. And doing like hyper specific stuff starts to hurt things. In a perfect world, that wouldn't be the case. But I will say shorts are great for that sort of thing, because it's like shorts are much more bite-sized. Now look, I know it would be better to have a whole full thing, but that would at least allow me to get a little more granular with the topic. But would people even see it? That's another question for that all works. I have to hold on, give me a second. Bye. Hey, get no. Babies don't go up there. I looked so cute when I walked away. We've only got a few more. Will all the VTuber boys have specific accessories? Yeah. So with Finn, he has this flower, which is a lily, I think. I need to make sure I know what that is. Hey, Cootie. Hey, stop. Yeah, the cats are being bad. Look at me. I can identify a flower. I was looking at orchids today for no particular reason. So Finn has a lily. He has his garden hoe, which will be hilarious for Stardew. I do have to research any Finn audio I'm writing. I have to try really hard. That's one reason why he doesn't always info dump about flowers. Me, that'll be. I can imagine the jokes. Him being like, "This is me and my sunflower. They're so lovely." a little peckish, but they're a hard worker. Have I hydrated today? Yeah. I need more water though. I do need another water. I did think about a teacup and I didn't include it on my list. So I will go add that to the list. Fern asking a very nail on the head kind of question. Are the vines and weeds in Lost and Found when Charlie finds the raccoon fella in the alley a reference to Finn, or are they just regular old vines and weeds? How many thorny brambles do you find growing in alleyways in big cities? Now, that's not to say whether it's a Finn thing or not, but it was definitely deliberately put there on purpose. Will we get a reverse comfort audio for Oron? Yes. Maybe before... Maybe... Ooh. Maybe before Shattered. I think... Here's what I think would be fun. A reverse comfort that has its own special artwork. It would only be one shot with maybe a couple expression changes. But the best way we possibly could to make it look like he's on a lap pillow, but make it a very like gender neutral lap. Or maybe like there's a pillow on top of it. No, it's gotta, I don't know. That some sort of way to give him a lap pillow experience. Cause like if it's just like business wear suit pant, that could be neutral. Something like that. Jackie's been able to accomplish things. Here's something I want to ask chat. How do you feel about a listener who has a form, but it's very ambiguous? Like you wouldn't see a face or anything. They would be covered, is the best way to put it. How can I say it without... I don't know. That's probably all I can say without giving away anything. Because it would be... It would look like something. It would look like something. And it's vague enough that, like, if you needed to imagine the proportions a little different. Jackie will know what I mean. Jackie, remember how I said we were going to have horses? Well, that person isn't the only one with a horse. There's someone else with a horse. And I was thinking about the blocking of how that's going to work. And it's like, why would you never see this other person? It would only be for this specific thing because they would have a canon reason to be wearing what they're wearing. Maybe. I don't know. There are ways to do it, but I think designing the like clothes and things that they would wear might be fun too. I don't know, but it's something I've thought about. I don't think people would mind. Yeah. Anywho, but now I'm like super lost in thought. It wouldn't be, I wouldn't say it's necessary, but I think there are things that you could do that would be helpful, especially for some fun shots. So I don't know. We'll see. Talking about the lap pillow situation made me think about that, so I was like, well, I might as well bring it up. Shay asked, would you ever collab with any ASM artists, and who would that be? So I have collaborated with ASM artists. In particular, there's a few people that I want to hit up to fill a few roles. To fill a few roles, but I think it would be very fun to have some old friends reprise some roles. We'll see. I need to figure out what roles I have first. I can tell you for sure that I would like to work with my old friend Samurai, the Bard. My old friend Sam, I would like to get him involved. Possibly with multiple characters. I don't know. But the thing is I don't know a lot of people. And I have been hurt. So I'm very... Cootie, come on, go on. I don't know people, so I've got to like nut up and like hit people up and see what the vibes are. Cootie, no, go on. It is not even 8 o'clock. You cannot be beeping about bed. Yeah, well, I said what I said. Yeah, there's a lot of folks who have no idea who Sam is and don't know anything about any of that, but Sam would be my go-to for a few roles that I'm interested in. Out of the people I've known, I haven't known a guy who can... He's a very fucking talented person, and it is a crying shame that I have not got him locked in on any of this yet. He's been very busy though, so I don't know what his availability might be, but for some side roles, I think it could be fun. No, he don't want food. He just wants attention. Faust will be back. Faust is a very important character. Like, I should have planned... I shouldn't have thrown him into such a... Well, the story wasn't even that fucking deep, and then I had a whole idea for things to happen. I can tell you this, the reason why I've had to stop is because a few things need to happen before Faust goes to that con with the listener. Oh fucking words. Astro Star Draws asked, is there a specific reason you make audios or a reason you have a VTuber now? Oh, wow. Specific reason I make audios. I got into it and people wanted to pay me to commission voices, and I was broke and didn't have a job, so I started doing that. And then I started creating my own characters, and I was really excited about doing that. So I did that. And yeah, it has enabled me to live my dream of being a writer and a storyteller. So yeah, that's the big reason why I do it. And the reason for the VTuber is because doing some of the ASMR things that I do, or just the roleplay things that I do with a moving, living, breathing boy, is really fun. Especially, so like, people who are already established like ASMR roleplay, audio roleplay fans, they don't need a moving image or whatever. A lot of them, the expectation is actually for, if not, you know, just a still image or minimal animation, but like, you know, some like art swaps at the most. When Bittersweet started popping off, I am unaware of any other audio boy who was doing elaborate, like, kind of like motion comic shit. I think I'm late to the game, because like there's people like Cardlin, who has been in it longer than me, who's like an OG in the community. But I don't know of anyone who has put, you know, so much emphasis on the visual side of things. Saying all that to say that having a moving character that's saying things, etc., is a really great way to reach more of an audience, to people who normally wouldn't listen, to get their attention and get them interested. So it's about transforming, and it's about reaching more people with the content is the big thing. So Taro asked, in Shattered, would Oron's mom make an appearance if the series mostly surrounds Oron? So I haven't made up my mind specifically about his mother, but she is a busy woman, potentially a very famous woman, perhaps. And so the likelihood of that happening is unlikely, because it gets established pretty early on that Oron has distanced himself from her. Because you'll recall, like, he tells Faust, you know, Mother's been trying to get a hold of you, like, one of us should be in her life. So, for whatever reason, Oron is distant from his mother, but it doesn't sound like he has a bad relationship with her. What we do have is Trish, who has a connection to Oron that goes beyond just being his secretary. So it is more likely that any interaction that occurs with Trish, and Trish is like his in-between. Like, if he wants to know how his mom's doing, he asks Trish, or looks into it. He has ways to do that. Millie asked, what are your plans for Oron? Very topical time to ask that. So here's what's going on. And this actually brings up a good point that I need to remember to take notes on and prepare for. So I want to make a compilation of Oron's content leading into Shattered, and to kind of, I think what I would like to do is, instead of having all of his appearances leading up to the Escape series, I think I would like to have kind of a 30-second to a minute intro to his character, where it's kind of like a trailer that establishes, like, hey, he's a boss, he's a criminal, he's up to some shenanigans, he killed a guy. Because there's other stuff like Bittersweet. So for those of you who are fans of Oron and may have not watched the final episode of Bittersweet, you absolutely need to watch the final episode of Bittersweet. It is pretty fucking important. So what I'm going to do is make sure that that kind of information is included in the big compilation video, because I think Oron's compilation can be pretty successful if I do it right. So my goal is, when it's time for Shattered to happen, I will have Oron's big fucking compilation come out, and hopefully it helps everything. So I need to make sure that I make a note that I need to talk to Thu about how we want to cut that. There will be more Lost and Found. Does Charlie keep in touch with Oron? They have gone no contact since the events of Bittersweet Chapter 3. So they have not spoken. But Oron is well aware of what he's up to. Shay asked, if you were one of the boys, who would you be? So there's like there's a cliche of writers making writer characters and like having a personal connection to their little like writer self-insert. I am not Oron, but there are parts of Oron that I identify with a lot. I've talked about it before, but his emphasis on control, controlling a situation, controlling the variables. Not so much, I mean, it is controlling people. It is controlling people, but not in the like, I'm going to abuse this person kind of way. But it's a, I need to make sure you do what I need you to do kind of way. Like a high level kind of, a chessboard is kind of the way I look at it. And I recently, chess, using chess as an analogy has popped up a lot. So I started to really kind of gravitate to Oron, and there's other stuff with, I'll tell you a story. So my relationship with my mother comes up in my work a lot, and there's a lot of different ways that's happened. A lot with Seth and Jesse, but in particular with Oron, and I don't want to get too much into his backstory because we're going to get there, but his mother made a decision when he was too young to voice his concerns, and he most definitely carries the feeling that, like, hey, if I was a better version of myself at that time, I could have intervened. I could have prevented this. So that's kind of a thing too, and that plays into why he's kind of big on control, because when things are out of his control, bad things have happened. So that's kind of how that plays out. Yeah. But also, I've talked about how, like, Alphonse and Seth are like, if you split my personality in half, Alphonse is my very jokey, silly, flirty, whatever side, and Seth is more of my grounded, emotional, like, earthy side, I guess is what I would say. And he's almost more like an idealized version of what I want to be, because, like, you're not going to catch me hiking and camping, but if I was Seth, I would be a completely different person, but I'd want to be like that. So you've kind of got these two different parts of my life that I kind of put into two different characters. So I also definitely identify with them. Yeah, I'll pop back over to the brainstorm form. Lucian going to a Renaissance fair with Angel because, like, nobody's gonna know. That's funny. God, I want to go. Lucian role-playing being a warlock patron with Angel. And then it gets spicy. Ooh. Huh. That could be a lot of fun. I would like to thank you for all the Finn brain rot recently. I would again like to propose my bullshit. I'm graduating soon. Should actually be able to try scripting. It's a lot. There's a lot to read there, but I'm liking what you're putting down. They're all a little bit much, but thank you, Sucrose Guardian. The funny thing about Charlie is, like, Charlie kind of reminds me of a lot of people from my life. A little bit of me, a little bit of a variety of friends I've had, a variety of dynamics that I've seen and have been a part of. Like, he definitely reminds me of a lot of things that feel very familiar. Astro asked about one where the listener's like a goddess or a deity of some sort. If you have ever there's a very worshipy one with Finn, I believe. It might be a Yandere thing. It might not be, though. I don't remember now. But that's a pretty good one. Oh. All right, friends, last call for any other questions. Thank you for being so lovely tonight. I'm so excited for more Finn shenanigans. It's the Valentine's Yandere one. Lilithane knows. I like Charlie because I think there's something to say for a character who's been a fuck up and genuinely, like, just wants to get a shot again. like give it a try at not being a mess again. Yeah, you know, he really values the, hey, I appreciate Oron, but I want to be removed from that world. I might have missed it, Black Sand. Hold on. Would I ever consider doing a one-shot with Todd Talansky from X-Men? He reminds me a lot of Charlie for some reason. I don't plan on doing any fandom stuff for a pretty hot minute because things are so busy. The closest I've come to wanting to do a fandom thing is actually Vincent Valentine. And I know that would put Jackie in quite the pickle. She would love to draw him, though. I feel like I would really crush some Vincent Valentine content. Valentine. I would have to really lock in on his lore. Because, like, the lore of a character I've known since I was 8 years old and has had several additions to it. The occasional retcon, etc. I just don't know if I have time. I just don't know if I have time. Cheddar Goblin with the $5 super chat says, sorry I couldn't be here for the full stream. Take this as an apology. Please, you don't have to apologize, but thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, Jackie could be like script supervisor for any Vincent content. I just don't want to put effort into it and then it flops. Dino Pig asks, will we ever get content for Hip Switch on your channel? So funny thing about Hip Switch. So a lot of people don't know that Hip Switch's design is based off of my Robot Boy's design, because my Robot Boy has been missing in action for several years. He's based off my boy Echo. But that's GBA's character, so I don't believe that would ever happen. But I do have a voice for him now. He's not a Southern. He's kind of just a smooth talking, pleasant on the ears. Mochi, hey. That boy thought he was gonna climb the wall. Oh my god, little baby. Hey, little baby. Oh, the cats are getting rowdy. So yeah. Aw, thank you, Mooney. It's been a long journey. I'll read the comment out. I've never had the guts to comment before, but I've been watching for a while, and it's been so awesome seeing your style develop, and you really make the ASMR medium your own. You're awesome. Thank you. That means a lot. Yeah, it's been... Okay, I just dropped stickers on the floor. Oops. It's been a wild ride, and getting to really dive into like the narrative stuff is cool, because like a couple years ago, the concept of ASMR roleplay channels doing narrative driven stuff with like characters getting fleshed out and stuff was not the normal thing. You might get a series, so you might get a series that's X amount of scripts, and it has whatever character you use artwork for to fill the role or whatever. But it was never quite like was never like a huge thing. And it's still, in the broader sense, still pretty niche, even more niche than just people who want to hear voices. But I love it, and I like that I've been able to work with Jackie and Thu on putting together these videos that have been pretty ambitious. And like, I was talking to Thu yesterday just about how like her skills have developed and stuff, and how she's excited to get to kind of flex because she's come a long way. And there will be opportunities for sure. Starting with what our next slate of stuff. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Hi, Hawu. You got icky eyeballs. Can I get those? Give me your boogies. Give me your boogies. Ew. Crusty. Stinky. Smelly. Oh, I got one more fun thing to talk about. Hold on, I had to check some shit real quick. Haru, why are you beeping? Okay. So I have something very exciting to share. As I've been writing, so I recently converted to being a Spotify boy. I've always been a YouTube boy, but finally after this last year, I was like, hey, I really want a Spotify rap. Like I want a Spotify rap at the end of the year. Because like everybody and their brother tries to emulate it, but it's just not as cool. And as I found out, their recommendations. So what I do is like, I'll find a song that gives me inspiration for like, let's say Shattered, and doing the like start radio with this song. Their suggestions are actually really fucking good. And I have been building playlists that will eventually turn into the official playlists, like the Charlie one. That will happen soon because I'm finding a lot of really good music. I sent one to Jackie today that was insane. What is that song called? Hold on. The song From Persephone by Kiki Rockwell. That song is a Oron Rook song, in ways that you may not fathom yet. Found a ridiculously good Echoes of Everlast song called Rule 34. It's not about that Rule 34 by Fish in a Birdcage. That one was preposterously perfect. What did we find for Shattered that was really good? And then When You Break by Bear's Den for Shattered was also Harper gets it. Whoa, Persephone 80s reference regarding Rook and Oron. Obsessed. Fish in a Birdcage is really good. I've heard a few of them. A few of their songs. It's really good. They have there's just a certain it's just a certain vibe. I don't know how to quantify it, but there's a few. Like Fish in a Birdcage reminds me of Poor Man's Poison in a way. These like really great storytelling music, if that makes sense. Yeah. So anywho, those playlists are coming along. There was a Arsonist Lullaby for Shattered is also really good. Arsonist Lullaby in general is just a great song, but that one, it's a great Oron song, period. Yeah. Anywho, I'm excited to share. I'm excited to share. Well, the thing about Arsonist Lullaby too is because like it really pairs nicely with Oron's youth and then Oron's adulthood and kind of like his journey he's been on. I'm excited. I'm excited for what's coming, man. The thing that I really hated with the second episode of Shattered that I had wrote before the rewrite, I was doing a whole lot of telling and no showing when it's very showable. And it was like, I need to drive home some of this shit. Because, like, Oron can be like, hey, X, Y, and Z. But it's like, yeah, but why does he feel that? Like, how did we get here? So, doing some things to... I was going to slow burn it. And, like, build towards this thing. And I was like, fuck that. What if we just dropped a nuke on this whole thing? So, in particular, the bit that I shared on Twitter, which for those of you who may not have seen, I will go read the line. I will not perform the line, but I will read the line. The line. Paired with a gif of a man dancing with a sledgehammer. You don't learn, do you? Oh, see, look, I was about to slide into it. I ain't giving it away for free. I have not done this line read yet. I've only read it silently. You don't learn, do you? I told you to shut your fucking mouth. Shut up. Play with my goddamn money? You couldn't just do your fucking job. Power this, power that. What the hell was there to gain bringing those boys back here? Where did that get you? Huh? Go on. Say something else. I added that in for funsies. Anywho, that was not in the first draft of the episode. And I don't know. Because, like, it's happened multiple times where I had a very tepid approach to the story. Because it was like, oh, well, we're going to start and then this is happening. And it's like just kind of a fucking uninspiring start to a conflict. So it was like, fuck that. I think, so the fantastical elements that get introduced in Bittersweet Chapter 3 were polarizing for some folks. Some people were not ready to make that leap, and that is okay. I am not upset with them. You don't have to love every single thing I do. But the urban fantasy aspect of what I'm creating is important to me, and it is part of what I want to do. So I think I was nervous. I was like, oh, what if I made a bad decision? And I had to sit with myself and be like, did you make the decision you wanted to make? Did you like what you did? Did you feel that you came to the decision to do it honestly? And I think that's where the conflict arises, because I talk about how like Bittersweet Chapter 3 was very difficult for me because there was a lot going on. I experienced a lot of turmoil, and I moved across the country. I had multiple like code red level interpersonal things happen. I lost, you know, we were doing Tingles and Dragons at the time, which was a D&D live play show that for a couple years felt like it was the favorite part of my week. Sundays was my favorite day of the week because of that, and I lost that. So there was a lot that happened, and that's just scratching the surface. And you know, trying to create something during that time, you know, I have had to kind of live with wondering, like, did I go this route because I wanted to go this route? Did I go this route because I was under duress and that's just how it ended up? You know, Derek was supposed to have a much larger role, and shit went down and things changed, and it impacted the entire course of things. And I think, you know, the incorporation of Finn and all of that was the best way I could compromise with myself to get what I wanted out of it. And it's why I'm always hesitant to work with new people, and I'm trying to get over that. But you know, like, Bittersweet is a very precious thing to me. Like, if I bring you on to something as dear to me as Bittersweet, like, I'm telling you that I trust you. And things changed, and fucking huge shout out to Cardlin for filling the role of Derek and going places he doesn't regularly go with his voice and being excellent. But it was tough to go through these things while feeling that pressure, like, oh my god, this is taking forever to make, and you know, I'm going through a lot and struggling to get shit made. And you know, we got there in the end, but in the fallout, like, it was just weird. Things were a little weird, and it's unfortunate, but I've had to like really kind of think about what I don't know. It's like, you ever do a little self-inventory and realize you had trauma in places you didn't know that trauma made it to? It's like, if you spill, this has happened to me before, you spill like a bottle of pills and you have to figure out where the fuck every single little pill went. And then like a week later, you found something under a rug, or like, oh, hey, I didn't know this got over here too. I think that's kind of how that played out with kind of the fallout from Bittersweet. I don't know. And just I think frustration with wondering if I compromised in ways that I wouldn't have otherwise with my work, because I take it pretty seriously. Like, I aspire to be good at what I do. I take pride in what I do. I take pride in my writing specifically. So, you know, I think I've been on the edge of this high dive, ready to like take a splash, because Shattered is, and I mentioned this on Tumblr, like, if you didn't like the fantastical elements in Bittersweet and you're anticipating Shattered, I'll let you know ahead of time, you might as well pack your shit and go, because it is the continuation of that. And it's a lot, but I feel very confident in the way I'm going to set it up. There are things that'll be happening that I don't think people will expect or anticipate, and when they see what's happening, they're going to be really excited. And I think it's going to help make sense of things. Because, like, you know, the pivot to the Finn thing happens pretty quick. Like, in retrospect, leaning more into the urban fantasy earlier, because, like, even all the way back in chapter 1, there was, like, Seth talking about shit, but it was like, maybe he's just kind of waxing poetic or whatever. But, you know, I should have more deliberately planted those seeds. But we are where we are, you know? So, like, I've just had to figure out, like, why am I hesitating, I guess. And also, like, the past year has been pretty exhausting in its own right. So, like, life plus my own, like, doubt has been what I've had to deal with, I think. But that's why I've changed my approach. You know, if I write something and then I look back at it and it's like, huh, this feels like I'm pulling my punches. I go and I fucking throw haymakers instead. Oh, thanks, Dusty. Yeah, it was a time. It was a time. And there's just a whole lot of shit that was going on. It's a whole lot of stuff that was going down that was like a big deal. So, you know, I think a lot of people watch things on the internet and there's a lot that people don't know. You know, so when you go in and you put on your critic hat or whatever, you have a strong opinion on a thing. It's like, look, man, I don't even necessarily disagree on some things, but like, we are where we are, and it is what it is. So, yeah, I just had to kind of come to grips with like, hey, it feels like it's a sore spot. Why? I was writing very safe too. Like, you know, I've done a good job, and I'm proud of avoiding like communication conflicts in my work, because I hate communication conflicts. They're very obnoxious, and they often feel. I hate it. I just hate communication conflicts. But under the right circumstances, say a character who is under like psychological duress, behavior is not going to be like you're a fucking well therapied, well adjusted person. You're going to behave in ways that aren't always comfortable. And, you know, just being like, hey, trust your audience. And even if people feel some type of way, like, trust that your destination is going to be fine. And you know what doesn't work and what you don't like. And you know what will work and what you do like. So, you know, just like, I caught myself like skirting right by what is a really spicy, fun conflict. And because it's like, oh no, I can't have him behave like that because that's not good. It's like, he's a fucking criminal. You know? Not only is he a criminal, he's a fucking capitalist. He's a fucking CEO. So, just getting my shit together and being like, don't fucking write scared. Huh. Thank you. Yeah, it's, you know, we all are our own worst critics usually. And yeah. I can tell that I have anxiety about birthing something into the universe. And you know what? You shouldn't be worried about what dipshit tweens on the internet think. That's the fucking truth. So just remembering how to create that way. Yeah. Don't write scared. Yeah. Thanks, guys. You know, it is like drawing. I remember one time I was playing on Jackie's pad, or no, I was using my phone because my phone had a stylus. And she was talking about line confidence, like when you worry too much about the line you're making, it's a shitty line. You have to just go. And that's how it is with writing too. Like, you shouldn't imagine somebody, some contrarian, some bad faith critic in your head while you're writing, because you're writing for them, a person who doesn't even exist. Cootie. Well, if you thought a guy getting nailed to a desk was pretty intense, just wait till there's a crucifixion. Oh, man. There's a reason why that imagery was made. Like, I didn't pick railroad track nails for no reason. Shout out to Jesus. Sorry, I do indulge in a little blasphemy every now and then. I'm excited. Anytime I've gone back to something that I didn't like and took a hammer to it, I've been much happier with what I wrote. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else to share. There's some good stuff coming, and I'm excited to. I am excited to work with some other voice actors, some old friends, some new friends. A little nervous about the dynamic of Echoes Everlass and that listener. It's there's not a whole lot I can say. It's sort of like they are old friends, and there are some very contentious reasons that they have not been in contact, I think is probably the best way to put it. So like, you know, it's not a love story. I think that's the big thing. Like, Echoes isn't really a love story. And if it kind of is a love story, but not entirely just for a listener. There's some shit going on, so it's complicated though, because it's not like there's not a thing going on, but you'll see. You'll see. There's also a joke in Echoes that I'm just very excited for people to get a part of, get a piece of, get a chance at. Yeah, like it you'll see is the best way I can put it. Is there anything else I can share? I'm recognizing like I'm able to pull myself out of writing a shitty scene pretty quickly. Like I was writing a thing and it was like, okay, they're going somewhere and they talk and it's like, fuck, man, that sucks. Like you can't start it that way. You can't start it that way. We need forward motion, even though the motion is forward, but like we need a hook. That's what I've learned, is like a good video needs a good early hook, and a good story needs a good early hook. So doing more of that. Howoo. What are you doing? Little chonker. All right. I've yapped and yapped. It is time for me to have some sleepy time tea. Oh, there's going to be some interesting feelings. Yeah. All right, friends. Thank you. I'm very excited about Finn. Finn is going to be a very fun time. I wonder if there's anything I can leave you with, any morsel of goodness. I don't think I have anything. All right, y'all. I'm a tuckered out fella, so I'm gonna go rest. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Thank you all for fucking crushing the fucking Twitter reveal stuff. I did not think we were actually gonna do that good. Thank you all. Have a great evening. Dark mode, Alphonse, Spice tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Bye.